Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kingnusmi, the channel where headshot doesn't mean your head explodes. Maybe. Last week I ran a poll asking you guys what episode of The Haunting Hour you guys would like to see me talk about next. And when I made the poll, I seriously thought Game Over would win. That episode is recommended to me so often. Nobody really talks about Headshot, but Headshot won, which is quite which was quite shocking to me, but I'm glad I checked out this episode. It's a really good one. This episode is very loosely based off of the banned book, The Picture of Dorian Gray, written by Oscar Wilde. And in that book, a man gives up his soul so he can be young and beautiful forever, and similar things happen in this episode. But that's enough yapping, let's get into it. We start the episode in the headquarters of Teen Magazine. How creative. It's a place for young women to get their start in modeling. And that includes the main character of this episode, Gracie Wilde, who shares the last name of the author of the book that this episode is based on. Pretty cool little Easter egg. In a voiceover that starts off the episode, we learn that Gracie is the most famous face in the world, but she wasn't always that way. Ah yes, Gracie had very humble beginnings working at an ice cream shop, where we get to meet her friends Lexi, portrayed by Julia Sarah Stone, who played Sally in the episode Best Friend Forever, and Naomi in the season 4 episode Seance. So she has 3 Haunting Hour episodes under her belt. Dylan, who is portrayed by Nicholas Elia? And he was Ari in the episode Catching Cold. Go check that video out if you haven't seen it. Help it get to 100K. And I wouldn't really call this last one a friend, maybe a frenemy Flynn, portrayed by Tyra Scalvby. Anyways, she was Anna in the Dead Body episodes. Go check those videos out as well. Really a star-studded cast this episode, holy shit. We learned that Flynn is an aspiring model and she spent $500 on a headshot. $500! Is that normal? I don't really know how much headshots cost. That just sounds like outrageous to me.
That's what a decent headshot goes for these days.
She spent this much money because the head photographer of Teen Magazine is coming to their city to find the next top teen model. And that woman's name is Cassandra Hobbs. And Flynn has to be ready in case she shows up. Unless somebody ruins that.
Are you sure you have the right smoothie?
Apparently she's super allergic to
Red dye 3.
Okay guys, this is my video. Let me talk. Holy shit. Gracie apologizes profusely and offers to get her a new smoothie, but Flynn doesn't really want one anymore. And as she's cleaning up the tray, her friend Dylan comes up and he kind of flirts with her a little bit. But Gracie doesn't believe she's pretty enough to be the next teen face. And at this time, someone pulls up. And based on the black car, chauffeur, slow motion walking, and music, I'm going to guess that this is the world famous photographer Cassandra Hobbs. She comes into the ice cream store and completely ignores everybody, including Flynn and these other girls, and beelines straight to Gracie. She comes up to her and pretty much tells Gracie that, hey, you have a photo shoot with me tomorrow and you better be there. But wait, Gracie has tutoring tomorrow.
It just got canceled. Then we're settled.
Okay, that was weird. But Gracie tells Cassandra that she doesn't have enough money to do headshots or take a photo shoot with her. But Cassandra just tells her it's not about the money. It's about the desire. The next day, Gracie and Lexi arrive at Teen Studios, and Gracie, well, she's a little nervous.
I changed my mind.
She doesn't think she belongs in a place like this, but luckily she has her best friend there to assure her that she does in fact deserve to be there.
You also happen to be the most beautiful person I know, inside and out.
I wish my friends said things like that to me. I just get called a bitch. The girls run upstairs and meet up with Cassandra, who guides them to the new studio. What the fuck was that? Is there like a tiger or something in the studio? What was that growl? Where'd that growl come from? During the shoot, Gracie is having a hard time feeling confident. She's once again doubting herself and she really doesn't think that she's cut out for this job. That is until they add the atmosphere. Whatever that means. They literally just add smoke, turn on a fan and some music, and then Gracie just turns into the best model the world has ever seen. I wish it was that easy. Hey man, I'm gonna be your photographer today, so like just hit a few poses for me so we can get a few headshots, so hopefully you can get this job in the future. Okay, yeah, that seems easy enough, yeah. Are you okay? You seem a little nervous. I don't know, I just never done anything like this, so I just don't know what to do. Like, I've never done this modeling stuff before. Oh, no worries, man. Let me just set up the atmosphere. The atmosphere? Yeah, just stay right there. Yeah. And while they're taking pictures, Cassandra asks Gracie what her biggest dream is.
I don't know.
be in a magazine, I guess.
But Cassandra doesn't like that dream. She wants her to dream bigger.
Why not be the most famous face on the planet?
I don't know about the most famous face in the world. That's a little too much fame for me. But Gracie, on the other hand, that sounds perfect for her. So Cassandra makes her say that 3 times while spinning in circles, which kinda sounds like she put a curse on her. Does it not? If you were just talking to somebody random and they're like, what's your biggest dream? And you're like, I want to be a movie star. And they're like, say that 3 times while spinning. I'd be like, is that like good luck? Is that for good luck or something? Why am I doing this? I think Lexi found it a bit weird as well. And after the shoot, the girls and Cassandra are having a conversation, and Cassandra is saying some weird stuff. She talks about how people say that when you take a picture of them, it captures their true essence, and some pictures even capture your soul. It's just mighty weird to randomly walk into a room and then say that to a girl you just spent an hour taking pictures of. The next day, Gracie and Lexi are hanging out at Gracie's house, and we get a little voiceover of Lexi again. She tells us that Gracie started to wear makeup, and that boosted her confidence so much that it made her feel untouchable. And we get the first example of this in this scene because sweet little Gracie talks back to her mother and lies to her in the most rude way possible.
Newsflash. Lex has been tutoring me all morning.
Her mom's better than my mom. I would have gotten a swift smack in the mouth. I would not have said that shit. But her mom does warn her that she needs to get at least a B+ on her midterm exam or she won't be doing this modeling stuff anymore. And of course, Gracie doesn't take her seriously. This is when Lexi starts to question who her friend is becoming. In just a day, Gracie has turned from this sweet, caring girl to this rude and lying and mean girl that wasn't there before. But it's time for Lexi to leave, and around this time is when Gracie checks her phone to see the headshot of her changed, which freaks her out just a little bit, but she just kind of brushes it off. The next day at school, we learn that Gracie skipped math class because a cute boy asked her on a date. And she's also making her friend Dylan carry her books for her everywhere, and Flynn is just jealous that Gracie is getting all the attention that she wants, so Flynn is just mad at her for that. Lexi tries to stop Gracie in the hallway and talk some sense into her, make her care about her grades, because if she doesn't get good grades, she's not gonna be able to model anymore. She also wants Gracie to stop treating people like trash. But during this conversation, they take a look outside to see that someone's there to pick Gracie up. There's the growl again. Where's this growl coming from? Does she have like a pet tiger? Or like a big cat in the car? Gracie and Cassandra have a conversation outside of the car, and this is when Gracie chooses to suddenly care about her grades. But Cassandra doesn't care about her grades. She needs Gracie so she can go get fitted for a dress for a photo shoot. So she just tells Gracie.
Then I strongly suggest that you figure out a way to ace it.
Before Gracie just gets in the car and leaves school again. Where Cassandra does something super weird. Okay, yes, she does have a random devil hand, but I'm more worried about her rubbing Gracie's hand. This is so creepy and gross. I know we all watched Quiet on Set. That was an amazing docu-series, and we don't want another Dan Schneider incident, do we? All jokes aside, that was weird. I didn't like watching that. I was like, ew, why did they add that in? And this isn't the first or last weird thing she does in this episode. It's just really creepy. I just don't like it. It's midterm day, and Dylan is helping Gracie cheat on the test by swapping papers with her. They do this until the teacher gets a little bit too close, and then they try to quickly swap back, but it doesn't work out, and Dylan ends up getting caught. But only Dylan. Why? You'd think Gracie'd get in trouble too. I mean, she's sitting right there beside him, and there's only 2 people sitting at the table, so if they're gonna be cheating off somebody, it'd be the person beside them. And not only that, she literally pulls out her phone during this test, where the picture of her gets even more decrepit and gross. I don't know about you guys, but in high school, if I got caught with my phone out, I immediately failed the test. Maybe I would have gotten written up too. I guess this school's super lenient about phones. My school wasn't. Later that day, Gracie heads over to the studio to get pictures with Cassandra, when she finds out Cassandra's taking pictures of Flynn, which Gracie does not like to see.
Cassandra? We need to talk.
Cassandra kindly lets Gracie know that she is still the face of Teen Magazine, but it is nice to have other girls on the roster. So later that day, while Gracie is at work and her friends are there, of course, she purposefully swaps the lids of the smoothies so the girls get the wrong smoothie. So that Flynn gets the smoothie with
Red dye 3.
Guys, not again. Can I just say it, please? Which instantly makes her face look like...
What did you do?
And Gracie's wallpaper once again gets a little bit uglier. It's the day of the face of the Teen Magazine competition. That's a lot to say. And we get yet another voiceover of Lexi letting us know that it is now clear that nobody was going to be getting in Gracie's way of fame, not even her friends. Lexi gives Gracie a visit before the show and gives her the photo booth pictures that we saw at the beginning of the episode, before leaving the room without saying a word. Before she can leave, Gracie stops her and asks her if she's staying for the show, which she's not. Gracie can feel some tension between them two, so she quickly tries to save their friendship by lying to Lexi and telling her that she had nothing to do with what happened to Flynn or Dylan, when she obviously did. Lexi tells Gracie that ever since she's met Cassandra, she's changed a lot. And Gracie isn't even considering what Cassandra is getting out of all of this modeling she's doing. And this is when Gracie tries to guilt trip Lexi into staying her friend. She starts to tear up and she tells Lexi about how Cassandra said whenever good things start happening to her, all her friends will start leaving her, which is a terrible and very manipulative thing to say to a little girl. Lexi lets Gracie know that she still loves her, but
I'm afraid.
then Gracie's phone starts blowing up with messages. So much so that Lexi goes over, picks up her phone, and opens the phone to see that the picture of her is even uglier than before. And she instantly knows what's going on. She knows that the uglier Gracie is on the inside, the uglier the picture on her phone will get. And she lets Gracie know this. But this is when Gracie says the most out-of-pocket thing in this whole episode.
That's pretty funny coming from a butterface like you.
What the fuck? Just 2 seconds ago, you were begging for her to stay your friend, and then you say that? I definitely wouldn't be your friend. Lexi storms out and tries to leave the studio as fast as she can, but somebody won't let her leave. Suddenly, all the headshots on the wall behind her start turning into hideous monsters, and Cassandra walks in. She starts to brag about her long list of clients, and she lets Lexi know that her friend Gracie is next. And even after what Gracie just said to her in the dressing room, Lexi defends her friend. She tells Cassandra that Gracie wasn't an evil monster until they met, but Cassandra doesn't agree. She tells Lexi that Gracie has always been this way on the inside. It just took a little encouragement to get it out. Gracie has always been this way, and if she was a good person, she would have noticed that she's been changing this whole time, and she would have probably deleted the pictures of the headshots. Finally, Lexi just asks her,
What are you?
"What do you mean? She's world famous photographer Cassandra Hobbs." Like, what are you talking about? Oh, she's a demon. Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. And this jump scare scares Lexi so bad that she passes out right there on the floor. Back in the dressing room, Gracie is contemplating deleting the headshot picture and going and being with her friends, because she's finally realized
I'm ugly.
But Cassandra walks in and deters her from deleting the picture. She fills Gracie's head with all these things she's been saying this whole episode,
You're the most beautiful girl in the world.
and finally tells her that she is the next face of Teen Magazine. She just has to make a choice to stay or leave. And sadly, Gracie chooses the fame. And at this time, Lexi wakes up in Cassandra's office and tries to run and catch Gracie before it's too late. But it is, in fact, too late. And while this is happening, Cassandra announces that Gracie won the Face of Teen Magazine competition. And at this time, Lexi also deletes the first headshot of Gracie. But it wasn't supposed to be her choice to delete the picture. It was supposed to be Gracie's. But the very next scene, we see Gracie walking down a dark alleyway when she spots a man selling some Teen Magazine with her face on the front cover. And she asks the man if he knows who this is. And that's the end of a headshot. Pretty crazy ending. Didn't expect to make her a actual monster. I thought she was gonna get just like maybe a little bit like pimples and stuff, kind of like Flynn. But no, she looks hideous. This is crazy. I also didn't expect to like this episode as much. When I first started it, I was like, I don't want to watch an episode about a girl who's too cocky. That sounds boring. No, pretty good episode. I really enjoyed it. It's also a good episode to tell kids to stay humble, because if you don't, you'll turn into a hideous monster. But it is sad seeing Gracie's terrible fate, because maybe if she didn't meet Cassandra, she still would have been this sweet girl that we saw at the beginning of the episode. I also really like the parallels of Cassandra and the devil. Let me know what you think about this episode in the comments below. Also, let me know any other Haunting Hour videos you want to see. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. I appreciate you all, and peace.